Good morning, strangers! Today we're playing Arc Memory of Barbelo, a Fabula Ultima TTRPG campaign with everyone assembled here today. How you doing?
I'm assembled.
I'm doing good.
I am also somewhat assembled.
Some of my assembly is still required.
Yes.
Jammin will be hand-built by robots, hopefully, during the process of this stream.
Yeah, don't let Dr. Koei build me.
Do you guys remember what happened last time?
Yes, and unfortunately, the first thing I saw when I looked at the map was Severus Port.
I didn't write a lot about Severus Port. I hand-waved that a little bit.
Yeah.
After dealing with Kumo Hanawa, we took a shortcut through Severus Port to be able to get an entire way around back to Tailguard City. Severus Port is kind of a tourist trap for certain people. Well, we spoke to my mom, and we're getting some idea. I think we're going to Mana Wastes to find another spirit.
That was one thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you were considering the Mahawahi Wastes as a future destination because it is a point of interest. Your current objectives, however, were to take the arc coils across and round the open area here, hoping to get to Kumuhonua to get the cargo ready. When we last left off...
Oh, we're back to Severus Port.
Not Severus Port, Kumuhonua. No, going to Severus Port.
And then after that we can go to the Wastes, I think was the plan.
Yeah, that was the original plan. It was like
assuming that there's no intervening thing, we would go to the Wastes after that.
So, you would probably initially head out to Row Village, as that just happens to be approximately en route. You can break off from Row Village to start heading down the coast. You could, of course, go immediately and just run the coast. It's up to you.
Well, do we want to see Gawain's mother? Do we not? I think that's a clear...
want to keep them away from my mom.
Yes, we do.
Flank is like, I really want to see Gawain's mother.
We really don't have anything to do in Row Village, guys.
No,
we
it's
just
true.
got supplies.
Yeah, I don't think
She's
we
just
should
gonna
worry,
give us-
actually. I'm fine with going at directly through the coastline.
Yeah,
I swear, if you disappear, I will go to my house and I will...
You know where to find.
yeah, we'll just have to send her letters in secret. Let her know how her son's doing and all that stuff.
I love that this party apparently is just completely obsessed with what could only be described as there's probably an important Latin word for this, which is specifically being infatuated with your friends' mothers.
Yeah. It's called brain rot. Watching too much porn.
Maybe it's just like maybe I need to just introduce more women for the characters to be horny over. Like, maybe that's my failing as a GM.
It is specifically Gawain's mother, though. Really.
It's true. It is true.
You're trying to make it that way.
The party is going to travel they probably make their way out to the port point first, where you dropped off with that cargo pilot, who has no doubt been stiffed on the bill, on the written bill at least.
Yeah, I left it with my mother. She no doubt stiffed him.
Yeah, no doubt. Probably paid him a reasonable amount rather than the ridiculous amount he requested.
Yeah. Or she might have done something with him. I don't know. She sorts these things.
Well, you don't see him in the port right now.
Oh, there is that.
The first day out on your journey is fairly comfortable and relaxed as you start making your way down this coast. It is a fairly well-trekked route. There are multiple well-traveled locations on this route. Though even though it is well-trekked, it is still, considered a dangerous route. And every now and then you see horseborn guardsmen marching the route, occasionally in convoy with other journeys. There does tend to be a tendency for people to group up in practical large convoys for their protection and others, and almost herding behavior happening on the road. It is on the, let's say, second day of travel that two impressively armored and equipped people ride up to the group.
I smell danger.
I also smell
Really?
danger. Yeah. I sense the lag is loading up a screen.
Okay, I haven't seen those guys yet, but I would advise to just leave the arc thingies, pylons behind and get new ones. We can probably get new ones.
Oh,
Terrible idea.
let's size up these guys first. We've been traveling for 2 days. These people need the ship back.
Step 1, cover up the arc coils.
Mhm.
Presumably we would not be traveling with like them labeled or displayed prominently, kind of thing. Like,
There's
you're gonna have
only
to come
so
into my
much-
vehicle and search it if you want to see that that's what I have.
There
Yeah.
is only so much you can do to cover them. They are, impressively large.
Yeah, like if they want to come over and pull the sheet off of them, they can
That's fair,
do
that's
that.
fair.
But that's putting your hands on my shit, and we're gonna fight.
Depending on what kind of guys they are, we can distract them with something else.
I was just trying to inform you that, like like an engineer, for example, might be able to
Okay, yeah,
see you going past and be like, "Oh, those are arc coils. I can recognize those."
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm basically just trying not to advertise that.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like you're not being an idiot, but there's only so much you can do unless you want to
Right.
have a carriage like twice the size of the arc coils.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So you arrive up on, or you're walking down this location, and you're nearby one of the many kind of temporary shelters that get laid out on the route as way stations. These locations are often used for when you if a monster suddenly attacks you, it's a place you can retreat to. It's sometimes a place you can sleep at night. They tend to be in relatively poor repair, but in good enough repair to serve as protection against, say, a low-tier monster trying to break in. They are not permanently habituated, though. And as you are just in front of this location, these two heavy armored horsemen strump up to you, with the first one going, "Arcanist Peleus, you are needed."
I am always needed. What specifically am I required for?
Peleus, let's dive into your history a moment. Is there a particular noble that you had some knowledge of? Perhaps you were made to stay at their locale as a child who was a particularly irritating type, a selfish type person.
Yes.
What was their name?
Buscus.
Lord Buscus demands you pact with his spirit.
Guys, this is bad.
Where
I mean,
where is Lord Buscus? I would presumably know that much, even if I didn't know about this previous association.
From the locale here, for the people that would know about it, Lord Buscus's estate is not too far from here. It is perhaps a day or two's journey laterally. It is a estate known for having some significant food production from the arable lands there.
How much time do we lose out on by going there? 2 days?
Perhaps 2 days.
It does sound like a free spirit, so isn't that
Yeah.
what we are looking
Hell yeah.
for?
Yeah, so 2 things. 1, sure, free spirit. 2, importantly, that part of the continent is where most of the arable land is, and presumably some of that is due to the pact spirit. So if we don't sort that, we might see, like, a food shortage. Like, across the island, not your continent, not just, like, locally.
So, Peleus, you would know a little bit more about this. You would know that this isn't... whatever spirit he's talking about, based on your childhood experiences here, is not one of these grand, powerful ones. It's a much smaller one. But it still influences the local land. It would still be potentially important to the immediacy of the benefits of this person's estate.
Yeah.
But it is unlikely to have a knock-on effect to the larger area as a whole.
Essentially, I'm doing a favor for a relative-ish sort of person that's not a great person. And he's sort of like, come on over, sort out this minor spirit. Its name's Felix.
Yeah, pretty much. They're essentially like, hey, go take care of my land first because I think it's more important.
Mm.
Which it probably is to them because, dealing with this spirit would probably give them better crop yields, which makes them richer.
This guy, he helps out my family quite a bit. He may attempt to marry his daughter to one of you. Just be careful.
1 second.
No.
I was going to suggest that maybe, like, we're in a good bargaining position, and we could perhaps do him this favor if, for more than just cause Peleus vaguely owes him.
We could probably get some money off him.
Yeah, okay, I'm in it. Okay, I'm in it. But there's one thing.
What?
I need to know. How do they know that we're here?
Because we were just in town, and Peleus is a person of import now.
So they are following us?
Where we are. People are tracking us, yeah.
This guy's always been trying to marry his daughter off to me.
Peleus is now the VIP he always thought he was.
Yeah.
And as said, there were horsemen traveling up and down the road as you traveled. It's quite possible that one of them would have spotted Peleus. He is, like, Peleus, to be clear, just for the benefit of the party and knowledge of the world, Peleus does belong to a phenotype of the Vulpes, which is very identifiable. The white wolf or Fenrir kind of phenotype is a pretty rare expression, and they are almost always, or pretty much exclusively, the Packland Arcanists are Fenrir phenotype Vulpes. There's bloodline magic involved there, so generally people are considerate about that.
Yeah, that's why I got dragged into doing my dad's work, because there was literally nobody else that could do it.
Pretty much.
I'm wearing the correct jeans. That is attached to a furry.
I mean, Peleus, if you think we can get, like, I don't know, money... I guess just money, unless we can think of something else we want.
Maybe we could get Blink married.
Would Lord Buscus be privy to information circles that could provide us information on Kuwait or potential seedy undergoings around the continent?
Good thought. Peleus, he's just kind of a blowhard, right? Not, like, capital E evil?
I mean...
It's been a while, Peleus, right?
I would definitely say that as a child I imagined him to be capital E evil, but I could be wrong. Mostly because he just
maybe we don't mention Kuwait until we want to. Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm with Silex though. This is a good line of thinking.
But if somebody was going to hire a dude in a brain jar, it would be Buscus.
Huh.
Yeah. Sure, this could all be a trap.
And his daughter may have put him in the brain jar.
Do you think this is a trap? That's really, maybe there's the question. Or do you think he just really just wants us to, like, pact with his spirit? Because he's just greedy.
He's probably just wanting to get his land sorted before anybody else's.
Alright, well, like, fuck it. If he wants to, we're here. If he wants to pay us to do it, we'll do it. Like, we don't know when we'll be back here. We were going to go to the waste after, right? Like,
Yeah. We will heavily insinuate that we need monies and we're in a rush.
let's act like this is a way bigger deal than it is.
Yeah. All right. I'm behind
which one? Our actual objective or the new objective?
The new objective. Well, okay, wait. I guess there's a second question. Let's deliver the arc coils first. I don't think we can just be wandering around with these. Right? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too paranoid.
I mean, I'm assuming they can protect them. It just depends
Can we
on
not just ask how long this is going to take? Because if it's only like a few hours, it won't make much of a difference.
I mean, we don't know necessarily. But okay, fuck it. Let's go do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goal number 1 has always been Helios the Arcanist.
Yeah.
And
Summoning
Minerva
spirits
knows
is-
that. Even if... Yeah, actually, we haven't told her. But she must know by now. Everyone knows, so...
Well, not only that, if Dr. Kwai is going to be somewhere, it's going to be where a spirit is.
That's also good.
It's probably best to pick up a spirit before
You're right.
Dr. Kwai does.
Right.
Yeah, let's go meet Felix.
Felix
Is the
Buscus?
spirits.
Oh, Felix the Spirit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the elite guards seem quite content that you've decided to go along with them. They will lead on horseback at a brisk walking pace. Nothing you guys can't handle, but it's slightly uncomfortably fast. They are on horseback.
I mean, if they want to go faster than us, they can do that.
Yeah. We'll maintain our own pace.
We go the speed we go. We are an NPC. They are the PC in the companion quest. In the
They can do the thing where they have to wait at the end of the road.
I refuse to be manipulated by them.
Yeah.
Very well.
It's their escort mission.
They seem a little bit frustrated at your overall pacing. Like you can get that kind of tone of their attitude as they briefly talk amongst each other, but they don't actually say anything to you guys. They seem very deliberately not communicating with your group in any way except for very, official sounding communications. They seem to deliberately try and, impress upon you their regality, perhaps? Might be what you're feeling?
If you guys are annoyed with us and you don't want us to come, man, you just have to say. We've got other stuff we can do.
As you say that to one of the guards, they will look at you momentarily, kind of consider the words you're saying, and then say that I would act only in proprietary. I think that's the word and phrasing.
Yes.
It's definitely not what I know.
Basically, they're saying that they would act only in the ways that they should.
All right.
Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense contextually.
Only...
So the cowards.
Cowards? Yeah, you could call them cowards. Basically, they're making sure that there is a social distance between themselves and the group.
All right. In that case, guys, shouldn't you be behind us?
They're leading the way.
I'm assuming we know the way.
You would probably know the way,
This
but
is their land.
it is literally their land. They know it better than you.
Yeah.
The real one here is it's Flink's job to keep an eye on our stuff.
I mean, I'm sitting
He's
on
just-
the carriage, I assume. I'm not pulling it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
If anyone's pulling it, it would be me.
Exactly. And Gawain, because he is...
They do seem to take considerations over their carriage and pick a route that more suitably fits it, rather than going a more walkable route. However, within perhaps a day and a half, you do arrive at the outskirts of the estate. You can only presume that if they'd ridden hard, it probably would have taken significantly less time for them to get to you, though. The estate itself is a... we're actually going to go back onto the other map, because I was kind of expecting that Jamin would get angry at them being high and mighty and try and kill them. Which I think is like a valid potential risk, right?
They challenged his honor.
Yes. I'm only high and mighty about people that get high and mighty with me. See,
like giant dinosaurs.
It's whatever. Like, that's a conflict with
He
Peleus. It's fine.
disassociates his ego.
Exactly. My ego is not.
This is just business.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
Gawain is
Fair enough.
selectively a hothead. It's a very I've thought about this a lot. Like, actually, about like how do you play someone who's like young and hot-headed, but like without them like fucking up Peleus's situation all the time. You know, it's like just understands the stakes. Like when like he doesn't really value like consequences like for himself. Like I think is the best way to think about it.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
When Minerva's involved, he really picks up the pace.
I get it. That makes sense. Okay, so given that you're not, assailing them, you arrive at the Buscus estate, and the rolling green lands are alive with a clear growth of what seems to be more luxury foodstuffs. There's definitely some grapes growing here, for example. This is not golden fields of wheat type situation, although there are some of those. As you are escorted to the main house, you are essentially handed off from the guards to the butler of the house, who invites you into the drawing room, as this is it's an estate with a huge house upon it, because of course it would be. This place is larger than it is majestic, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you were in Telgard City, obviously you came across many mansionettes. Those buildings were often made with like incredibly expensive materials, and there was a level of clear craftsmanship. This place, it feels like somebody decided that it being large was more important than it being, opulent.
The southern U.S.
Yes. There was a decision that the size was the important factor. And that leaves it with a slightly kind of empty feeling on some of the walls. There is a distinct lack of decoration for what you would expect for a wealthy noble to have on the externals of the building.
Makes you wonder if they needed the room. Now they don't.
Potentially.
Just a lot of the situation in the southern U.S.
Potentially that's the case, or potentially they might just be trying to show off the wrong aspect, or not necessarily the wrong aspect. They might be trying to show off a specific aspect.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, great. Place to sleep, I'm sure. High five.
Oh, certainly this place would be a comfortable resting place before you continue
I
on
will
your
have
journey.
to point out, but the drawing room is not a sleeping area. Neither is it an actual room for artistry. It's more of a basic sitting room.
And also the room where you are regularly dressed down by your mother.
Yeah, I'm just giving the knowledge to the commoners.
So as you wait in the drawing room, you are presented some basic refreshments from the house staff that consists of both wine and sweet beverages, although you do note the wine is only offered to Peleus, not the rest of the party.
Makes sense.
I don't care. I'll take the sweetest drink I can find.
I will just naturally partake in the wine as though this is a common normal thing.
Yes, exactly.
I do not question this.
After a small wait, you will see the countenance of Lord Buscus enter the room, dramatically swinging open the double doors and declaring, "Peleus, it's so good to see you again."
Yes, Lord Buscus, it's so good, so good. It's been a while.
Yes, indeed. Are you enjoying the wine?
Oh, yes, the wine is absolutely fantastic. I look around and I notice that I'm the only one that's drinking wine. I was about to ask the others.
Lord Buscus says nothing of this to the, literally barely even sees the others, except as, physical objects in the room.
That's why we're not drinking the wine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're working right now.
Yeah, you're working. You're not part of the social engagement here.
Yes, Lord Buscus, these are my members of my envoy. They are helping me with my mission. Gawain, you may have met when you came to visit us on our school estate days. The others are new.
They give a brief furrowed brow as they glance around the room.
I do the bow. I just bow and just keep shutting up.
Yeah. The Lord nods at your deference to him, but otherwise seems slightly confused as to why you even bother to introduce them.
Yeah. Oh, just in case I haven't made anything remotely clear, we were on our way on a very important mission, so if we could get through this as quickly as possible and sort to your issues as quickly as possible, that would be great.
Oh, certainly. I would like nothing less. Please. I will direct you out to the small household shrine. You can pack the spirit and be on your way.
Oh, absolutely. If you wouldn't mind, absolutely would not mind, could you pay my retainers a little coin? Just to smooth us on our journey a little bit.
Their face kind of you catch that brief look of possibly disgust.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As they start trying to correct their face.
It's okay. You can pay him and he'll pay us. But,
Yes, but I don't wish to pressure if you cannot afford it.
I'm gonna snort.
You see a further look of disgust, followed by, well, of course I can afford it. I just didn't, needs must. How much would this retainer be?
Oh, only a mere 1,000. A trifling amount, I know.
Flink is actually going to pull out a contract that names the exact sum. I prepared this, of course, on our way.
Mm-hmm.
Without saying anything, I'm going to present it to Peleas, who is going to...
Yeah, I will also present it to him. Then we'll be straight to dealing with your problems as fast as physically.
You can see a just that slight tinge of anger, of the expectation that he was going to be able to run roughshod over you. And then you're coming here and demanding money and so on.
Oh, if you do not wish to have to deal with this, I can more than appreciate it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I shall have the servants. I shall have the servants prepare something. No need to worry. I will. The servants will immediately prepare something, and he'll look around almost annoyedly for a servant, and then make a hand rolling gesture to the servant with a "come the fuck on," like that kind of energy.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be just a few moments.
I'm going to smile at whatever serving comes.
Vegemite.
Yeah.
Kiba, you've declared Vegemite. What are we going for here?
I like that.
Wow.
I can do twice. I think 4 times would actually be really excessive given the context.
The game.
like
more. We get extra. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Me, the player, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm glad the players are going to allow it. I'm glad the players are fine with it.
I have a counter offer.
I don't
Make
know what I
it
would do with that
4,000.
money.
Yeah.
BRB taking levels in Tinkerer.
I have a counter offer. Make it 4,000, and I'll take care of the money you don't want us to have.
So, the servant will return a few minutes later with a small tray, and upon this tray will be an array of gemstones. As being able to deliver this in coin immediately would probably be quite challenging, and so the servant's clearly elected to deliver this in gemstones. However, Flink, you notice that this is a lot more in the way of gemstones than it really should be. some of these gemstones were clearly taken from a fairly valuable collection.
Well, I'm obviously not going to say anything. Play it cool and be like, this should suffice.
Your generosity is so much appreciated. I am ever at your beck and call.
The Lord will look.
I'm gonna get to work.
The Lord, upon seeing the gemstones there, will look and be like, yes, their brow will drop, and as you're talking about generosity, they'll gently say, but of course, perhaps it doesn't have to be, perhaps it could be a subset of the gemstones. Certainly you don't need all of them. It would be difficult to convert them all at the same time, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we putting you out? Is this inconvenient for you?
Well, it is a large sum of money, but certainly to have it available at such a short time is the challenge, not the currency itself. I only keep small change around the house.
Is this not small change to you?
Gawain, as you're listening in, the Buscus speaks briefly to their servant and whispers in their ears and says, "Why are the family jewels here?"
Is this a trick? Is he trying to get us to marry his daughter?
Oh yes, I recommend some leeway. That will still come out far ahead.
Yes. If your memorial inheritance jewelry is here, be sure to remove that. I do not wish to inherit from you in any meaningful way. I mean,
because it would be unfair and uncouth.
Yes, that would be obtuse of me.
My lord.
There is a huge placatory bow, like an emphatic bow with an "as you wish," and they will rapidly pluck the gemstone. You still manage, there are still an additional 500 zenith worth of gemstones on the platter, but they are more than happy to have recovered at least some of this.
Yes. Perhaps have a word with your accountant, Buscus, Lord Buscus.
There is a sharp glance given to the servant before they say, "Well, anyway, allow me to direct you to the household shrine."
Yes, certainly. We're on our way.
And we'll direct you to the household shrine. It is a relatively small shrine. There is the sensation of a spirit here, but it is, whereas the other spirits you've interacted with have been full, vibrant energies when at their peak, even when tired, when exhausted from whatever they've gone through, they've always been, there's been this kind of vibrancy to them. Like a stadium, even if it only has 1,000 people in it, still has 1,000 people in it.
Yeah.
Whereas this feels like the equivalent of kind of a dive bar in energy. It's there, but this isn't a sold out stadium.
Yeah, this is a small minor spirit.
Exactly.
We seen it when we was a child. Not at the time realizing that we were summoners.
And there's nothing, ungracious about this or lesser in terms of its meaningfulness in the world per se, but it is definitely this is a spirit that affects only the most immediate local area. Probably literally only the estate.
In that case, I will go to the spirit. I will pet it upon its head. I'll sit down and invite it to sit on my lap.
It seems comfortable and unfussed, which would make you wonder why the Lord here would be so immediate in demanding that it was pacted, especially since there are many spirits like this that don't even need pacting, especially if the land is kept well and cared for.
Yeah.
It does seem like
overkill?
Person was a bit of a self-important twat.
Yeah, he wants to be able to say that he had the great Peleus come to his land and perform a pact.
Yeah, his spirit has been pacted far earlier than anyone else's after the death of the old Arcanist. You know, he's got connections and so on and so forth, and he also just spent a hell of a lot of money on ensuring those connections.
He can have those connections. That's a small amount of money. Felix might not give me much in regards to like any sort of strength boost, but it's nice to have.
Hey, it sets your call rate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Next noble guy who wants you to swing by and do their dumb hyper-local nonsense?
Yep. They get to know.
1,500 gold minimum.
Yeah. Over a cheapskate. By comparison to Lord Buscus.
We just need you to make a donation. You know, we're doing an important local. We provide an important continent-wide continental service right now. We're just asking for a donation to this important cause, and if they can't provide that, that's okay. We'll get to them, but
we'll get to them eventually.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. If we had a reason to come out to your estate, like a large donation, then maybe. Then while we were there, we would just also obviously.
What just happened to the clock?
Oh, I filled it because it made more sense to me to have it decreasing rather than increasing.
It made sense. Okay. I felt panic, but then I thought about it.
I did not notice that.
Basically, I'm tracking art coil integrity. I don't know if you're going to be able to blow it up, but you might. So I mean, it's there in case it starts getting beaten up.
I did not know that was a thing.
Felix having remembered your childhood interactions with it, is more than comfortable creating a pact with you. As said, it's a minor pact. It isn't one of great power and strength, but there is a slight element of comfort and contact in it.
Yes.
You feel just a little bit more in tune with the land in the immediate area, and perhaps more in tune with your other spirits as well.
It's generally a friendly and nice thing to have.
Certainly.
Shall we wave Lord Buscus goodbye on our way out? I don't see there's any reason to sit and wait for him.
So you just immediately start leaving, completely ignore this guy.
We've done our job. Unless he's got something else to do.
There's maybe we want to rest here. We've been on the road for a while, right?
It's true, you have been on the road for a good few days. However, counterpoint, you would probably have to listen to Buscus try and get you to marry one of his daughters.
Counterpoint, I get to look around.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, you want to take that risk.
I don't mean... Honestly, I don't want to be in his presence. You don't want to be in my presence when I'm practicing my exploration skills.
Yeah, well, let's just say Lord Buscus' daughters also have exploration skills. And
Hellius doesn't get to talk anymore. We are leaving.
What?
I guess Alex decides he was
what was that, Summer? Where was that going, Summer?
Lord Buscus' daughters also have exploration skills.
No, Hellius' speaking privileges revoked.
Summer is actively writing the comic this second.
There aren't many men in this particular estate.
Nope. Okay, so you will continue on your journey, traveling more southwards over the next few days. The general kind of energy of the people traveling everywhere seems to be slightly heightened, a little more agitation in the convoys. And some of the convoys are more heavily armed. As no doubt one of you would inquire, you would hear that there are rumors of some foul monster, some attacker using machines and poison to attack places.
Oh? Didn't expect to run into any of his activity here.
To be fair, it's been long enough that this might literally just be them talking about Kumuhonua.
Ah, okay.
The rate of rumors does travel quite quickly.
Well, we could try and find, we can follow up on the rumor.
Certainly.
Mm.
However, most people passing to Telgard City, obviously they're not going to be hanging around, and the ones traveling southwards are traveling to an as yet unnamed city on the horizon. What's it called, guys? It's a large walled city sitting on the banks of a river.
Rohan.
Rohan.
Too much road. in
Yeah,
one place.
too much
Oh,
road.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm getting
There's a
that
lot of
stuck in
row.
my head.
Is this like more Telgard or more like culturally?
Culturally, this place is interesting because it's so relatively far south. It actually has a very strong mixture of cultural elements. However, it was predominantly founded and influenced by Telgard. However, it's large enough to have its own political sway, as per the many city-states of the world. But it definitely has more connection to Telgard than, for example, Kumuahi.
Bebington.
Bebington?
Yes.
You can't call it a city
It's a fortress city. So why don't we make our lives easy and call it something Fert?
That seems sensible.
Give it like a first syllable, and then the second syllable just Fort.
So like Grandford.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I like Grandford. Grandford.
Yeah, Grandford. Perfect.
Yeah.
There we go, Grandford. So you arrive at the gates of Grandford, a large, not necessarily by Telgard standards, but definitely by Row Village standards, a large sprawling location on the banks of a city, a heavy perimeter wall topped with cannons of all sorts. You would assume that this place has some amount of sea trade or similar, especially given the way the waterway runs all the way through the city and out to the sea. And you can see it now, hopefully.
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed.
That is sweet.
As you can see, it is quite large, but not Telgard sized. The natural terrain is utilized in some of the defensive arrays from the outside, and on the inner area there is the actual Grand Fort, which is the most defensive bastion in the area. The architecture uses a strange mix of both the more I can't say that word. I've tried to say it too many times before and it's never worked out. Columnar style of Telgard versus the more rounded style of the Kumuahi space. There's definitely a more rounded edge to this area. The gate itself is easy to traverse with your group and even your cargo. They look over it momentarily and do ask if you plan to trade it here, but on the confirmation that you don't intend to do so, they don't seem to harass you any further.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that this is a very routine process.
It feels very Ba Sing Se.
They're essentially trying to work
What
out
city?
whether or not they should tax you. Like, if you bring things to the city to trade, then they tax you. If you're just passing through, then they don't. And given you've got orders, you can fairly easily convey the information like, hey, nope, we're taking it over here. As ordered, it's just passing through. However, as a live living city, there are many people of different backgrounds and cultures and expressions, and there's Volpes and Aurelians and all sorts here. There's even a couple of the Idola, which are generally a very rare sight. Or at least you'd presume them to be so, given their strange countenances. There is a market here that you can explore. You could simply take some time to get some R&R at a local tavern, or you could elect to just, ignore the place and head on as quickly as possible, if you want to.
Ooh, it is a big place, right? So there's probably some kind of, what would be the equivalent of a post office?
There is definitely a place to send messages.
Yeah, I would like to go there and send some money away. I just got some.
Can we sell those gems?
Yeah, you can convert those gems into Zenit here without issue.
We got 1,500.
Can I write a nice letter to Garwain's mum?
Yes, you have 1,500.
So is it 500 apiece and someone gets nothing?
Sounds about right.
Nice.
Did say it was for his retainers.
Yeah, I did say it was for the retainers. I couldn't say it was for myself. That would be asking for money. And you can't be seen to be poor inside rich places.
Exactly.
It's okay. Our money always benefits you in the long run.
Yeah, it's probably safer for you to have the money anyway.
You don't even know what to do with the money.
Basically, all of my money is Peleus' money.
Yeah. I don't even know how much money goes for.
That is simultaneously unsurprising and disappointing.
Well, we have a lot of money. Is there anything? I guess I would ask. Do we see anything? If I go walking with Flink and look the other way, I just actually look at the merchandise, like I'm actually window shopping instead of what Flink is doing. Do I see anything that they don't sell in Telgard that catches my eye?
There are certainly things that they wouldn't sell in Telgard. If you wanted to find something that was, say, perhaps some kind of rare equipment, which is what I think you might be most curious about.
Yeah, or just, sure.
You would have to be looking for something specific just because these markets are so incredibly saturated.
That's cool.
They're definitely here, but you'd have to be looking for, like, you'd have to be like, hey, I'm looking for a thing that does this.
Yeah. Speaking of equipment, there are the 2 goodies in the party inventory. Did we get those back, or are we still waiting on those?
Oh, certainly. No, you would have got those before you left Telgard. I forgot to mention this. Chat. So you remember the party went shopping and did some equipment stuff. If the party were to check the party inventory, we actually have 4 objects here that are of quite importance. The index shield being a distinct upgrade to the shield that Gawain was using, or more specifically, a direct, like it is the shield that Gawain was using, but upgraded with an array of symbols and straps, which allow him to essentially, assuming he configures it and sets it up properly, assist in identifying creatures and their information.
Yep, that's the plan.
The Guardian Shell being a standard set of armor upgraded with the unique flexibility of Ironhide, allowing far more extreme movements while still permitting the same defense, and when protecting another, even allowing it to go so far as to intercede on another's behalf when pushing hard enough, thus granting them additional defenses to the guarded person, even against ranged attacks and against magic attacks. And lastly, there are the 2 vile remedies that were made on behalf of Flink that allow a unique way to deal with the poison status. Something of a double-edged sword, where yes, it removes the poison status, and yes, it does grant resistance to poison until the end of the scene, but also it does poison damage.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm taking one of those vials, and I think the other one was reserved for Peleus.
Yeah.
So that
makes sense.
Peleus also gets something nice, new toy.
Yay.
It also kind of fits the MO of, like, in theory, we're all supposed to keep Peleus safe. So, keeping the anti-venom on Peleus makes sense.
To be clear, the remedy can be used on anyone else, but there is a distinct requirement that you have to use your own inventory points because you can't share inventory points. And the way I imagine these rare consumables working is essentially like you collect enough supplies and elements to make these remedies, and one person is the one that is instructed and manages that, which is why you only get like 2 people that can use it rather than just distributing it throughout the entire group. Does that make sense?
It makes sense for the support member to have it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
But yes, if you're looking for any rare equipment, you can look for it. It might be somewhat challenging to find.
I'm not good at finding rare equipment. If you want to find it, I'm not the one. I can find you smaller
I'll think
stuff.
about it when I have an idea of what I want later. I'm not
Fair.
worrying about it right now.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same boat.
Well, the only thing I want to do is send a letter away.
Okay, so, Flink, you send a letter away to presumably Talgard?
No, I'm sending a letter away to my, I guess my former home, and I'm going to attach 500 Zenith in it.
Okay. Fair enough.
I guess
I love
whatever the cost for the letter is going to be paid with this as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it is probably, a constituent thing, so it's probably like 10, 20 Zenith to send a letter securely, because you probably want the money to actually arrive.
Yeah, this is not the first time I'm doing it, so I know.
Yeah.
I should know the process.
Okay, your character knows the process, even if we don't.
I'm just going to ask Flink if that's a lot or a little amount of child support.
What? Child support?
In a ways of paying for your children, that is.
You mean it's different, I swear. It's a lot more. It's different.
All right. So you don't pay your parents child support? My mother often demands child support from me.
That's where it comes from. I see. Yeah, I think you're a special case.
I was very alarmed for a moment there. That just the most unhinged shit, and I'm just like, okay, at which point do I need to intercede to stop this becoming, like, really uncomfortable? So, okay, just wait a moment, it's probably not as bad as you think it is. Okay, there we go. It's not as bad as you think.
Very wholesome in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Wholesome's a word.
It's a child supporting their parent. That makes sense. It's not, like, awful or anything.
It's compensation.
I'm writing this down for later. Me in 13 years explaining child support to JoJo. That's why you have to get a job.
I had to pay child support as a child.
Peliasisms, exactly, Sabata.
My best friend from college paid the electric bill and, like, the internet and other things in his house. So, and to be sort of fair, that was a necessity, fucked up necessity. But still, that's fucked up.
Yeah. I kind of just used most of the water all the time, so I started having to pay that bill.
That's such a dad move.
Yeah.
Timing your showers and shit, probably.
The next time you break a thing, you've now paid for that thing. I guess I stopped breaking things.
I mean, if it works, it works. Ignoring the potential damages to a parent-child relationship that might occur in the future because of it. But okay, as you are navigating through this location, as you're, window shopping and sending letters and so on, Peleus, someone would approach you.
Oh.
A somewhat disheveled-looking man.
All right.
Looks like the kind of guy who hasn't been sleeping well. And they will come to you with holding a small cap in their hand and walk up to you and say, excuse me, are you perhaps an arcanist.
Maybe. I'm just gonna try and hold my ear down, maybe a tiny bit. Perhaps hide my tail behind my back a little bit. What would you need?
Well, you see, it's the estate we work on. It's been overrun, and the military here doesn't want anything to do with it right now. And they say that they don't have an arcanist. And I mean, if you are an arcanist, perhaps you could tame the spirit there.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I can do. Right, yes. What's it been overrun with? Is it spirits gone a bit wild, or is there monsters or something?
Well, I'm no expert, but I think both. You see, there was perhaps a few months ago there was some disturbances, and well, you see, normally when we're on the estate, we were kept safe by the spirit, and we don't get disturbed. But you see, it's somewhat out of the way, and well, the monsters they assaulted the place, and we thought we were safe at first, under the defenses of the estate, and then they just didn't hold. And then the plants rose up, and they tore parts of the place away. And look, I feel like it's important because, well, with everyone being so nervous at the moment with, that crazy person going around, I'm concerned that they're going to need the Nixium that we grow there.
Ah. Well, we could check it out.
I mean, I assumed you were going.
Yeah, we're on this. Maybe we should speak to somebody that's in charge of the place just to say...
I have one thought here.
Yeah.
Arc coils.
Ah, right, yeah.
Cannot leave them unattended.
Can we ask this vaguely homeless-looking person if he can protect our coils?
Well, no.
Does that seem like a good idea to you?
What a great idea.
I mean, he seems like a trustworthy guy.
Hey, give him a chance.
I mean, okay. Do you expect this to be fast? Or do you expect this to be a whole thing?
I expect this to be a thing.
This is out of town, right? This is
definitely out of town. This is
like a bit of a travel. So we get close.
Oh, so we
leave
take
someone
it with
there.
us? Alright, well, okay. Well, we can at least hike over there. As long as it's kind of on the way. I don't mind if this takes us, double the time it's supposed to. I don't really care. Maybe I should. As long as we actually get there. That's what I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, assuming that... I don't know who was with Peleus when that occurred, but assuming that Peleus would communicate this to everyone else, you would know that Nixium is a flower used in a number of remedies and similar. It's actually quite important for the general medical care of people.
Yeah, so we're we super need to go take care of this. This is the far more important version of what we just did on the other side of the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. No, agreed. I
and
totally
if there's a
agree.
crazy dude
I'm
there...
just wary. You know me. I'm very paranoid about this.
I think that you are 100% correct to be wary. This sounds like a dangerous mission, but I feel like I should go there. It's my duty.
Okay. Yeah.
My calling.
Yeah, let's do it.
One thing I want to tell the man, though, is that the fee is normally 1,500 gold. And
this is true.
The only thing I want to ask of him is to tell everybody that the fee for Arcanist Pelea's service is 1,500 gold. That's all I'm asking him to do.
It's a very minor amount.
He's going to look at Flink and be like, I don't think we can afford 1,500 gold.
Oh, don't worry about it. You don't need to afford it. I just want you to tell people that is the fee we are requiring.
You can see the eyes kind of doing the calculation in his head and be like, "Oh yes, certainly. I will tell everyone that we have a debt to you of 1,500 senate.
Oh no,
for those services.
You don't have a debt. Don't get me wrong. I just want you to tell people that this would be the price. You don't need to pay anything.
Oh, you can say you've already paid it.
That's what he was trying to imply.
Yeah, we can.
He was trying to communicate that he has a debt to you, like everyone else. He'll tell everyone else that he has a debt to you of 1,500 senate.
Yeah. That's good. It keeps the word out. If it's a dangerous and actual serious issue, we're going to be there. But
my understanding is that you guys are doing this for free, but Flake wants everyone to know that it costs 1,500 senate normally.
Yeah. Stops people for asking us to do it for free.
This is for the long game.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we want everyone to think it. Yeah, exactly. We don't want nobody hitting us up for freebies, and we want the easy layups to be lots of money.
Yeah. People that are desperate are going to approach us anyways. And that's a different issue. But that will keep people away that are like just, no, let the Arcanists take care of it. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on this. We're on the mission.
Okay. So you start your traversal under this person's guidance. They say that they're not a warrior, so they would much prefer to stay in town. And will give you detailed instructions on how to get there. They'll go if you really need them, but they definitely don't want to. Are you going to try and force them to go with you, or?
They've got to show us the way, at least.
Well, as I said, they can provide you detailed instructions. And I think, Gawain, you would feel confident enough that, you could get here based on these instructions.
Sweet, and that's what I want.
Okay. So, in that case, they will stay at town amongst the others that would normally work on this estate land. It seems to you that they have been run out of their estate and are residing in town, trying to get the military to deal with it. And the military hasn't dealt with it yet. So here we are.
You don't need a military. You need 4 idiots and a plan.
Exactly.
I mean, we could bother the military.
Just half a plan, honestly.
Yeah.
We can go over there and mess stuff up, yeah.
Better yet, we can advertise the fact that we did the better job than the military. And if the military wishes to ingratiate itself towards us, then they can just simply pay us a reward, and we will no longer advertise the fact that we took over this job for them.
Great. Piss off the local military. Sounds like a good idea.
Let's not do that one. We're trying to stay the good guys here, Peleus.
I am a good guy.
Peleus was raised in Severisport. It's not his fault.
Nah, it's
he
different.
Doesn't understand that bilking everyone for every penny he can get is evil.
Peleus wintered in Severisport. It's different. It's worse.
How do you think I paid my child support growing up? I had to learn to be a little bit grifty.
Look at the idea of Peleus as a child just trying to grift people, and then nobility is handing him pocket change because they're like, oh, I don't really want to piss off this idiot child. They might be useful socially.
It's how the nobility actually get their children to become grifty adults.
Nice. That's terrifyingly possible.
Yeah, they all have to start businesses.
I'm playing this game to escape reality.
Okay, so you mark your way out of the city. It is actually a relatively short journey from Grandford out. The location is at most half a day away on foot. It's so close that I'm not actually going to even mark it on the map. Doesn't need to be. So you traverse the land and you notice that the closer you get, the more green the location gets. Where you would normally expect to see, like a little bit of runoff, a little bit of, space of, some places where there's some plants, some places where it's like overgrown, some places where it's like empty because it's in a shadow. There's none of the part where it's empty in the shadow. It's all green, thick vegetation. Almost like it's being... If you guys have ever seen, I think it's kudzu, if you have ever seen that stuff overgrowing an area, it's starting to feel like that as you get closer to the given location.
Oh.
The estate is thick with overgrowth.
We're about to do a little shop of horrors.
Wait. They haven't been driven out by the monsters that long ago, have they?
You didn't really ask,
No,
but
we didn't.
you would estimate probably... I mean, they did talk about it being like months.
Oh, okay.
You'd estimate that's probably around when Peleus's father, Ira, died, is when some stuff started.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Guess we ought to get in there.
It's almost like he should have trained an apprentice or something so that things could have not just gone to wild chaos if he passed away. Like, I know he was only 40, but, I don't even think he was 40.
I guess I'd like to get the arc coils as close as I can. And then I would like to take the wheels off of the carriage.
So the carriage itself is pretty well adapted for rough terrain. It has absolutely massive wheels, and it's a sprung setup. Specifically, you presume, because this is the kind of carriage that they thought you might need to take it where there weren't any roads. However, this is still very hard going.
Yeah, I assume we reached a point where it's like, this is dumb, why are we carrying this? And stop.
Yes. So
and
with
at that
the estate...
point, I want to make it unable to move and take, like, the bolts with me. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. There's no way somebody's
that way no one can take
out.
my arc coils.
Yeah.
With the estate in sight, you get to the point where you're like, okay, this is so thick with growth that there really isn't a reasonable way for us to drag this forwards. You start popping the bolts out and disassembling, and as you're doing this, you experience a strange and unique circumstance. Because as you're doing this, 2 pumpkins start bouncing down the road nearby you.
I don't like that.
Like they were thrown and they're rolling, or are they bouncing towards us like rabbits?
They're hopping.
What the hell?
They don't appear to have noticed you immediately. However, Peleus, you do hear them chanting, bugs, 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 bugs.
Those are some unusual pumpkins. I've not seen that brand before. Anybody else seen singing pumpkins before?
No, I'm a little fucking busy for singing pumpkins, Elias. Thank you.
Well, while you might be a little busy about it, are they the kind of pumpkins that attack people? Or maybe are they the kind of pumpkins that we can eat? I am particularly fond of pumpkin. I've never seen that brand before.
Pumpkins don't sing or have the ability to attack you.
Oh, right. I've never farmed. Yeah, it's only ever been presented to me on the plate.
I mean,
I'm tinkering.
Actually,
this conversation sounds like nonsense to me.
I think this is dangerous. Singing, dancing, jumping pumpkins are not a place I want to be.
Just to be clear, so, you guys can understand the world a little bit more. That's not what pumpkins normally... Pumpkins normally just sit there. That's how... Okay. So the normal pumpkin just sits there. Sometimes it grows. Sometimes it rots. These are the 3 things that pumpkins can do. They can sit there, they can grow, and they can rot.
Well, I'm assuming that now pumpkins can be fed like sheep and
I mean, obviously,
for their
Peleus is thinking, oh yeah, no, you feed them snacks and
Peleus wants to fatten up the pumpkin.
Yeah, that's what you do, isn't it? It makes a noise.
I mean, it is what you do. To be fair, yes, you put them in nutritious soil, you put feed around them, etc., etc. Yes, you do stuff. You do stuff them.
They appear to have faces.
Unlike grapes, I guess, at wineries specifically, right, where you're like, I'm going to never let you get any water. I'm going to give you the bare minimum of water you need to survive. Damn. Okay. Chill.
I don't know. I have never been able to grow grapes.
So, are you guys doing anything about these pumpkins? They're, traipsing down the road, or?
May I pet one?
What?
I do not allow Peleus to go towards the jumping pumpkins.
So Peleus gets up and starts walking towards the pumpkins, and Silex is just like, no.
Both hands on shoulders, lifting into air.
I'm finally done with my thing, and I look up and I realize that dancing pumpkins is like a real thing. Like, they're not just fucking with me. This isn't a bit. And I'm like, oh! And I start thinking, like, do I actually know anything about dancing pumpkins?
We're like, are they just not like
I would like to roll a study check. Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm gonna take that Fabula point, though, baby. I don't know
Okay,
if I
you get a
one, but I'm gonna
Fabula
pretend I
point,
do.
and your opponents get an opportunity, I guess. I mean,
Do we have opponents?
let me double check.
Wayne versus nature, man versus himself, I think, really. Gawain's nosebleeds because he thinks too hard? I don't know.
Okay, whoever controls the opposition in this scene gets an opportunity, which I feel like, that's me. I get an opportunity, which, I've been severely lacking in my life. I really could do with some more opportunities in my life. Maybe some more education, better healthcare.
You know me, I'm an equal opportunity provider for my suffering.
I'll remember the opportunity. We'll see where we go with it. So there are pumpkins. They are kind of hopping down the road, kind of hypnotically, and Peleus has heard them saying bugs, 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 bugs. Everyone else doesn't really hear that. They just see hopping pumpkins.
So while I'm still holding Peleus in the air, you said these pumpkins were singing?
Yes, they're singing bugs. Is that what pumpkins eat?
Wait, I
Is
thought
that
they're
all
pumpkins.
they're singing?
Is that a Shiba thing?
Yeah. It might be a Shiba thing. I can definitely hear creatures speaking now.
Can
It
you
might
hear
just-
trees?
If I listen hard enough, I might be able to hear the trees.
I mean, to be fair, I don't see trees walking around.
They don't have a lot to talk about.
There's something going on with those pumpkins.
Yeah. They've definitely got something to do.
I mean, I haven't seen jumping pumpkins, so what are the chances for trees that walk around? I think at this point they are pretty high, and I don't want anything to do with them.
Why don't we just ask the pumpkins?
I mean, if you want to go ask the pumpkins, Peleus, you can go do that.
All right.
As long as you promise not to go touch them or
I
pet
will
them,
not
I will let you go.
touch the pumpkins. They are clearly wild animals.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Pumpkin. How are we today? I don't actually know if they speak or if they're merely only know that one word.
Okay, so with regards to Crumb, we'll just do what we can, and hopefully they'll be able to reconnect in short order. Otherwise, we'll deal with what we deal with. So, you approach the pumpkins. The pumpkins are confused by you. They turn to face you, and now that they're facing you properly, you can see that there is a almost fiery glow within them.
Ah.
As they turn to face you, they kind of roll side to side briefly, then look at each other, and then back at you, and go, bugs?
Would you happen to be jack-o'-lanterns by any means? And not just regular pumpkins?
They roll side to side. It is possible they don't really understand you.
Ah, I understand. They are doing the dance of, I don't quite get what you're talking about. I get that a lot. You know where the spirit is inside? Could you tell me the name of the spirit that's inside the place?
I'm gonna guess it's bugs.
They will rock side to side slightly more quickly, perhaps slightly agitated, and then say, bugs?
I understand. Well, these guys know nothing. I think we should just head inside. Thank you for your time, Mr. Pumpkins. I will allow you to your journey, and I'll make a hand movement as though to say they can go that way.
They seem incredibly confused by this whole interaction. And will look to each other and inquire again, bugs? 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 Bug?
I'm just gonna back away a little bit. I'm almost wondering if they are the servants which have been transformed into plants by wild spirit magic.
I mean, we can always just ignore them and keep going
Yeah,
until they present a threat.
I think that's what we should do.
I'm just in awe. I'm just watching Peleus talk to these pumpkins, and they're just rolling around in front of him.
Yeah, there's...
I have no idea how to process this.
Peleus is saying stuff to these pumpkins, and they're just, like, intermittently rolling while looking at each other and making, like, some small, strange noise between them. It's very confusing.
I've come to accept the magical already.
Yeah. And I just believe that this is how pumpkins work.
So yeah, if they're not going to do anything to us, we just kind of walk by.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back in a few minutes when we understand what the hell is going on with these pumpkins and what is going on with Kron's internet. When we come back, we shall dive deep into this estate and find out why there are pumpkins jumping around the place saying, bugs, 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 bugs.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Back in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We now have Kron with internet access, which I know is, slightly terrifying. We were, when we just left off, navigating the area around the estate where the Nixium was grown. It is massively overgrown to a concerning amount, and we had just been passed by two pumpkins saying bugs, bugs, bugs as they bounced their way down the road. The party has elected to ignore them and instead attempt to approach the estate while they discuss the nature of bugs amongst themselves.
So, do we think they are fighting bugs? Are they hunting bugs? Or are people bugs that need to be exterminated?
I think we'll discover as we get inside.
Or on the way, we're talking.
Yeah, I'm like... also partially wondering if they've been cursed by the spirit, and they may have been the servants. And they probably don't know what's going on.
So as you approach the overgrown estate, and you come across the most rugged... It seems to be set up in... there seems to be a farmhouse, with the intention of that farmhouse being the most secured location here. Or less farmhouse, more like an array of farm buildings, right? So what you see as you approach. They're surrounding this are wide open fields with these small flowers growing in them with peculiar colored leaves. There is a slightly almost acidic scent on the air. Not entirely unpleasant, perhaps. The kind of scent that other people would recognize on you if you worked here for like months on end, right? Not foul or anything, just like, I can identify that as this location. Secondarily to that primary farmhouse building in the fields around, there is also what you could only describe as like a kind of outbuilding, you'd think, shrine it seems to be a place of distinct care in the similar architecture to Grandford.
Does it seem okay? Is it damaged?
I will, well, I generally say the shrine is the first place we should check out.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm with you. Got your back.
Okay, so you want to approach the shrine first.
I think you'd have to have an airship to steal my arc coils right now, so I'm good.
Airship or a dragon or a small mob.
Something that
Heavy
if I was
industry.
around, I wouldn't be able to sort it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to be capable of taking on a dragon. We couldn't even deal with a Direxus.
So I'm gonna not worry about it. That's what I'm saying. I'm letting this anxiety go.
As you start to approach the shrine area on this estate, there is something of a short walk towards it. As you maneuver your way here, as you approach, you will see the gentle glow that you saw before of the pumpkins. And there seem to be a number of them surrounding this shrine location.
Are they set up in like an interesting circle, or just kind of like a naturally grown thing?
They do not seem naturally grown. They seem almost like similar to how you would expect bored people, if they were made to stand in an area, would be arranged, with like some of them pairing up, some of them sitting just in random locations.
Oh, it's a smoker's corner. That would explain the glow.
It could be a smoker's corner.
They're all pretending to not be as intelligent as they are.
Potentially,
They're just
yes.
sitting there.
Yes, they don't appear to be actively engaging in anything right now.
Elias,
Yes.
try asking them.
Hola, el Ponquinos. How are you? My name is Peleus. I'm just going to bow to them. I'm here to talk to talk to the spirit of the place. Are we okay to come through?
Okay, so you are going to approach this location in properness to a point where they can clearly identify you, right?
Elias be like, "What up, my pumpkins?"
What up, my pumpkins? Indeed.
And my Punkinos.
You like how I made it sound like a slur sign?
Yep. I'm loving it.
As you approach this area, Peleus goes forward and speaks out and tries to communicate with them. However, these pumpkins now, with a much more serious face, turn to Peleus and go, "Bugs, bugs, bugs."
Those are some angry pumpkins. Guys, I think these guys are actually protecting the shrine for some reason.
It could be. It could be that they just very violent and don't like you because they immediately start bouncing towards you aggressively.
All right. I think it's time we start making some pumpkin pies, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in combat. As per usual, the players get to act first as these pumpkins start charging towards them from the shrine location.
I want to do something cool.
Go for it.
Can I do something cool?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Can you? Sorry, that's such a teacher response.
We're gonna shoot 2 pumpkins.
Excellent. Okay, 12 to hit is sufficient. You hit the humble and numb pumpkins effectively.
You guys like that? I just learned how to do this. Feeling very cool.
He's doing AoE damage. He's growing too powerful.
The humble cursed pumpkin, having been just assaulted by this thing, just shot, will be infuriated, disgusted. The humble cursed pumpkin will attempt to puke all over you. Rolling a 7 against your magic defense, which misses.
Does miss.
Sad. Party, what's up?
Sad?
This is making them feel less edible to me. I'm going to
next?
tell off this
Seems more edible to me.
humble cursed pumpkin. I'm going to inflict. That's my favorite.
I like
Oh,
that
damn.
Peleus goes straight to this.
Yeah.
Peleus will immediately condemn the humble cursed pumpkin. And what's best about this?
Yeah, go away, you smelly cumpy. Whatever your face is.
What's best about this is that this is like something that Gawain can now do because of being able to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peleus can talk this shit to or whatever.
They roll a 10, so it will take effect as your barrage of insults confuse the cursed pumpkin. What status are you inflicting?
Shaken.
You have shaken the pumpkin.
Yes.
Shaking pumpkin syndrome.
Oh, I apologize. These are plant monsters. They cannot be shaken.
Oh, can I, not stirred, daze them?
They cannot be dazed either.
Oh, crap!
I know!
That's the two things I have in my arsenal.
I know! Well, here's another thing that you can have in your arsenal.
Oh,
That doesn't hit, actually, but still.
Ow, that very nearly hurt my feelings.
It's a numb cursed pumpkin attempts to numb on you. Silex, you're up.
I will attack the numb pumpkin.
You attack numb pumpkin, hitting for 15 damage, sending it into crisis. The furious cursed pumpkin will attempt to disgorge vile pumpkin puke on you. Which misses your MDef. Again.
Roll better.
Hey, it's lower now.
Flink, you're up.
I'm gonna regret that later.
Perfect. All right. Flink is still assuming that these pumpkins are not real and just going to pass them by, and he will look at a shrine.
Okay, the shrine seems not too dissimilar to the one that was seen in the estate of Buscus. This is a better and more well-made. There seems to be more of a place of consideration here, but it is definitely not the immense places of power that you've interacted with previously.
So there's nothing of importance here, no spirit stone or anything that I can take.
There is an array of small artifacts and amulets, presumably left for the spirit.
Yeah, okay, I should not take them.
You could steal them if you want. I don't know what the outcome would be. But...
I don't know if I want to anger a spirit right now. No, I'm just going to tell, this is the wrong shrine, we can go.
Is it?
I'm not sure. There are some things here. You should probably look at this.
All right, well, in that case, we'll have to make our way around the pumpkins first. And also, these pumpkins are real. Please pay attention to them.
What? What do you mean they're real?
Well, if I'm here, they may not be real, so you might be able to just go look, Peleus.
Okay, so there's no wait action or anything, so I'm just going to take the guard here.
Okay, you take the guard action. Party actions.
I will smash the pumpkin in front of me, see if we can get this down to 2. Ooh.
Okay, with a 9. Sorry, not 9. A 6.
That was a 6.
My bad, I didn't scroll down. With a 6, you miss. Sadly, you are unable to strike the pumpkin before you.
It's too bouncy.
Of course you miss. They are not real.
It will attempt to return the favor with an 11, which misses because you are absolutely fucking stacked with defensive.
+3 is pretty good.
Oh yeah, +3 is pretty good for the for enemies. This is quite decent. It's just that
He's just running into a wall. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like when you have a great engraver And they're like, oh yeah, I'm a master engraver. I can, create very skillful, carefully shaped holes in stone. And then you're like, okay, here is a mountain. And they're like, guess not then. That's...
Peleus, do you want us to just clear these out, or do you want to go check that out?
I think we should clear these out. Otherwise we're going to be attacked from behind us.
Blam, I'm shooting the numb one.
Holy shit.
Jeez. An accurate, devastating shot.
I'm deeply respecting the fact that I rolled that I fumbled that study roll earlier. Because Jammin definitely knows the elements he could be using.
I respect it. The humble cursed pumpkin will attempt to puke on you.
Nah, he will miss.
Will he though? It's a 7.
Yeah, he will.
Hold on.
Because it's not real.
I still have an opportunity. Can I use this?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it worth it? Oh, come on.
Is it worth it to make your lives worse? Yes, of course it is.
Sabata, yes, of course. Every DM in the chat, yes, it's worth it.
I think I would have had to have used it first. Like, I would have had to declare that I'm using it along with things, so not on that one. Okay, so the cursed pumpkin disgorges vile puke at you, but it has no effect. Presumably because you don't believe in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Peleus, flank. Actions, please.
I'm going to hide behind Silex, and I'm going to encourage Flink. Go on, get them. Give me my encourage button. There. I've done it twice again.
So, are you giving Flink additional dexterity then?
Yes.
Okay, Flink, your dexterity is increased.
Let me check my effects, because I have a bunch of them now. This and dexterity is... this goes up.
This attack.
Well,
you better attack one of these pumpkins.
Oh yeah, it's not my turn.
Furious Cursed Pumpkin. Peleus has already acted, but it is the Furious Cursed Pumpkin that will, at this moment, choose this grand moment of potential exuberance, of violence, of potentiality to attempt to gently gnaw on Peleus.
Aww.
11's hit.
I think that hits.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, it doesn't if you, yeah.
All right. Thank you. I was distracted by its gentleness of the noms.
We need to bully Peleus into picking a third class that gives him armor access.
Flink.
All right. Peleus insists that these pumpkins are real. I guess I'm going to entertain this idea and throw my Direxus Spinus at the numb cursed pumpkin. Wait, this is not correct. You need to take the high roll out.
Oh, so you're making 2 attacks, like 2 separate?
Yeah, I'm making 2 attacks.
So that is just 23 damage.
Yeah, just 23.
Just 23 damage. It's fine. Just 23 damage kills it.
Unless they are resistant.
I mean, just 23 damage kills it, though. Like, it's dead.
Alright, good. Oh, look at that. Something happened. Curious. Weird. I'm going to throw my second kunai at the Furious one then. This time
Excellent.
I'm doing it right.
A 17 to hit also hits, doing 4 damage.
I see this damage
Has no
difference.
statuses.
I love Flink.
So funny.
Flink is so funny.
Flink terrifies me just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's mega. It's just he basically ended up creating a rogue from 5e, like
Yeah,
where
kinda, right?
the first sneak attack is massive, and then you're like, what do I do with these bonus actions I have? Poke?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
D4?
Yeah.
Like
Okay, having executed the cursed pumpkin, we are put on a new round. Who takes their actions?
I'll go.
Yeah.
All right, go away.
Or or Flink can go, that's fine too.
As long as Flink goes
Basically,
before
Peleus
Peleus.
shouldn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I
I'll-
can just continue.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Flink.
I'll just throw 2 more kunais into the into the same target.
You hit both of them.
That tickles a bit. I am not guarded anymore. Effects are a bit weird sometimes. I keep this one.
That's not correct. You'd be using the poison Direx's spines for one of them, right?
All right. Yeah, I'm using.
Yeah.
I forgot. I got that. Sorry.
So
That's
yeah, there'll
better.
be an additional 4 damage in this
Yay.
case.
Damage. Oh, such a
So
nice
it's
weapon.
like, so is your first throw always a poisoned one, and your second one is always like a non-poisoned one?
I think that's my idea. I'm not using the same weapon to throw twice. That wouldn't make
Yeah.
sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using 2 different
You
weapons.
need 2 sets of Direx's spikes.
I
if
like
you wanted to.
the idea of us trying to find like the complementary, like not
Yeah.
poison, like another type of damage, and like you just shuffle around which one in like dominant hand versus offhand.
Yeah, I stack myself with an armory of weapons again.
Yeah, like we just turn Flink and Gawain are just like copying each other's like stuff badly. I'm bad at crossfire and he's bad at elemental weapon, but we do it anyway. I like it.
Nice. Okay, so Flink has acted. It is going to be the furious cursed pumpkin who will use their intense, angry, rotting, smelly power to attempt to eat Silex with a +4 on this attack roll. They're using the opportunity to try and eat the hell out of Silex. So it's a 14 for 10 poison damage.
Unfortunately.
Oh my fucking god.
Unfortunately for them.
Oh my god. How? Fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset about Silex having 15 defense. That's not obnoxious or anything.
It's fine.
This is one of my favorite things about playing Svetlana. With the armor is so high it can barely be attacked.
All right,
Okay.
well, I'd like to get Protect back on, so I'll go next.
But now you're like playing. It's like if you were. It's like you're Eli, but if 5e let Svetlana and Sarian tank for you.
Yeah.
Freedom. Absolute freedom.
Yeah. I'm just dancing in the background, but I don't even have Eli's hard spells
Yet.
yet.
All right, I will be smacking the furious cursed pumpkin, which cannot do what it wants to do to me.
Some of those dismisses and pulses are pretty bonkers.
Yes, they are, but they cost so much MP that it's sort of like I want to save them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but like in a big fight, I mean.
Yeah.
Like, which is similar to Eli, right? It's not like you just throw a fireball whenever.
With a 13, you smash effectively into it, putting it into crisis.
You smashed a pumpkin.
It is not dead, but it is severely injured. Gawain, you still do have your action to go. It just bumps off the list accidentally.
You guys want? Maybe it's my turn
Wait.
to shoot something? I'm gonna re-roll that. Hell yes.
Nice.
That was just a free Fabula point, basically. That was the first one spent, right?
+1 Fabula point, right? You spent one, you gained it. Yeah, it's just first
Yeah.
Fabula point spent.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He's a Fabula factory.
Luckily, I now gain 1 opportunity, which the humble cursed pumpkin will use to attempt to once again puke all over Gawain. So Gawain's fumble of 6 essentially meant that Gawain was off target, slightly over, just target fixated. Right, that's the issue. Target fixated.
Fumble of 6.
Fumble of 6.
I do feel good about that.
That is actually ridiculous. Minimum roll 6. But yes, you fumble, and you roll a total of 6. You were target fixated, distracted by trying to get this shot and end this fight quickly, and it allows the attempted pumpkin puke to roll a 10 against magic defense total. Oh my god.
I tried to explain this to you. They are not real. They can't hurt us.
Correct. I have 11.
Nice. I believe it's now Peleus's turn to act.
I think I'm just going to attack this furious pumpkin in front of me.
Understandable. Reasonable. Valid.
Where's my staff? I forgot what my staff is. Staff.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Just slap it and then stand back behind Alex.
So a critical does allow you to have an opportunity. The classic opportunity is +4 on another. So the next check performed by you or an ally will receive a +4 bonus. However, you can, afflict, create a bond, adjust some bonds.
I want to have a bigger bond with Silex.
Okay, explain to me how you get there.
Because I've been hiding behind him the entire fight, and I've been feeling secure.
That is completely reasonable. Okay.
He's been protecting me.
Such a good bachelorette answer. He makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
I just feel safe when I'm with him.
Yeah. It's so cozy.
Except here it's, I feel invulnerable.
Yeah.
Your powerful staff with its 14 to hit impacts decisively. Again, still it lives, but it's barely holding on. Moving into a little cottage behind the party's tank. Okay, party actions. What are you doing?
All right. I think
I don't need to go first.
Yeah, I'll wait for everybody else to go first.
Because I don't need to refresh protect, so.
Alright, cool.
One of the shooty boys.
Go, shooty boy.
Who are you shooting?
Furious is in threat? Which one
they're
of
in
them
crisis.
is- Yeah, that one. The crisis one.
With
I
a
want to end
13,
his
you hit
crisis.
effectively punching enough holes in it that it finally impacts and dies.
Good. I'm glad to have ended its crisis.
It is no longer in crisis. It is dead. Which leaves me with the humble cast pumpkin that will attempt to gnaw at Gawain, going, bugs, 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 bugs,
bugs, bugs.
11 to hit.
Nope.
It's got +3. How? It's +3. He's not. He's not shit.
I have 13 defense.
I hate you all.
I am way tankier than the high dex plus a shield is really good.
Silex, Peleus, Flink. What actions are you taking?
I'm going to hide behind Bane, and I'm going to stuff it again.
With a 10 to hit, your physical damage impacts effectively, putting the pumpkin in crisis. Silex, Flink.
I'll go next. I'll take my smack.
With a 19
Oh, nice.
to hit.
You'll notice that my bonus damage went from 7 to 8. I forgot to increase the skill level of my defensive mastery on the twin shield description. So now
19 to hit.
now it's doing what it's supposed to. I didn't crit. It could have been better.
You deliver 18 physical damage to the target.
Let's see. Your damage is literally pistol damage now. That's awesome.
Flink.
All right, let's end his life with some consistent damage. Well,
Big.
not if I don't hit.
I mean, consistent enough. The last dregs of poison forces humble cast pumpkin to wither away. As it dies, it goes, bugs, bugs, bugs.
I hope they're not trying to convey an important message to us.
They are not real.
Okay.
I keep telling you, we were fighting. I give you that. This was a good pretend fight. But there was no threat here at all. Could you please check out the shrine now?
I will check out the shrine. But not because you told me to.
Also, I discovered unending possibilities because I can do this now.
Well, not all of us can handstand. How do you do it?
Handstand. You don't know the limits of what I can do with that.
It's okay. We need crouching animations. That's when the real fun begins.
No.
Oh no! Don't give them that power.
No, I could do that, but no. Okay. It would
Bad guy
actually
monologuing. Gawain in the corner.
just teabagging Dr. Kawei.
I could do that, but it would actually require me spending money on paying for modules for Foundry, which
Not worth it.
yeah,
don't do it.
My use case isn't compelling enough.
No, it's just not. I'm good.
Okay, so did you find anything at the shrine?
I'm looking. Do I find anything at the shrine?
It's interesting because you don't find all of the spiritual energy that should be here.
All right, I'm good.
There are the artifacts of a shrine. This is where a spirit's spiritual energy should reside. Admittedly, such a spirit would probably be a lesser spirit, not a full one that you could summon. But you can't find it here.
All right. Guys, I'm trying to breathe in the energy, and the energy is not happening. Maybe we could take it inside and see if it happens there. You know, like enter the main building.
Sure, whatever you say. You're the only one who can do this.
Like,
As long as we're not wasting our time with imaginary enemies anymore.
I'm trying to sort of like space around the place, looking for this.
So are there multiple shrines?
I thought there were other buildings.
There are some other outbuildings, but they are clearly lesser importance. This, if there was going to be a spirit, it would be here.
Does it feel like when Kuwait stole the spirit? Does it feel like that, or does it feel like something else?
It feels like a lesser spirit. So, if Kuwait has already stolen the spirit, then that would suck, but also it wouldn't be as bad as if he's stolen Nanto.
Sure, yes, but I guess I'm asking, should we be looking around for spirits?
Well, we could call to...
We can?
The fact that the land here is clearly very vibrant in energy does suggest that it's here somewhere.
It's true.
Alright.
Is there any trace of energy, spiritual or otherwise, that you can detect going anywhere from here?
We can study the terrain. Just look around, see if there's anything like that stands out without having to like sense magic, you know what I mean? Like look for evidence like of magic. That makes sense?
I'm following, sure.
Yeah.
Spread out and look for clues.
We'll do. I will attempt to call it. Do we know its name?
You do not know its name.
In that case, I call a name that I believe is relevant. I will call it Eukanuba.
Eukanuba.
I will write that down.
Thank you. I have no idea how one would spell that. Then again, you writing it down, I still may have no idea how to spell that. Eukanuba. Okay. That spelling makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, so this spirit that you would expect to find here isn't. the place is subversed with a vibrant energy and motive life force. What actions are you taking to move on from? There is the main, secured farmhouse. There are other fields.
I mean, there's nothing that stands out aside from the other, the main farmhouse.
I mean, there are the fields themselves, which are filled with the Nixium itself.
But it doesn't look like there's anything in the fields. It's just...
Not from where you are, no.
Okay.
How about we smash the pumpkins?
I believe they've already been smashed.
I've been trying to not make that joke for however many minutes it's been. Since the first time Silex punched a pumpkin, I've been trying to not make that joke. So anyway, yeah, I vote we just go to the most, the thickest...
Go to the big building, find big plant inside, fight big plant.
Yeah, maybe. Good, biggest area. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, sorry, there was a shrine that we went to. That was the main building. Yeah, there were a couple small outbuildings that clearly weren't that important. There was also the main farmhouse. That was the one with that's the main collection of buildings, and there was the fields. My understanding was you guys wanted to head to the secured farmhouse, the most secured building here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, this is a classic wander into the middle.
Yeah, understandable.
Go deeper and regret it. Am I right?
We'll find places until we find places.
You see this farmhouse collection of buildings. The same pumpkins that you've seen at the shrine, except this time these pumpkins seem far more alert and aware. The ones you've encountered previously did not seem particularly, intelligent. These ones seem to be perhaps even actively conversing.
Ooh.
One of them sat upon the farm wall. Two more sat aside the breach, which you would presume would be the entryway, although there appears to be no gate that currently bars it.
I am going to approach it somewhat more timidly than before.
So as you approach this location, one of them turns towards the group and goes, "Bugs? Not bugs."
Bugs? Not bugs. We're not bugs. We're not bugs.
It will turn back to the other pumpkins and go, "Not bugs." And they will return with, "Bugs? Bugs." The thoughtful cursed pumpkin will say, "Not bugs. People."
Yes, people.
Will turn back and go, "Why people?"
People speak to spirit.
"People bad."
People good. These people good.
"People eat like bugs."
You like bugs.
No, people eat like bugs, as in they are the same as the comparator.
Oh, no, we definitely don't. They have a whole digestive system, which they sort of puke out and drink back up. And people put things in the face.
It rolls side to side, confused by this.
I'm gonna pick up on the tenor of the conversation a little bit here, and look at the pumpkin and say, Elias has squished so many bugs, and then I'm gonna go back to it, which is nothing. But I'm thoughtfully looking off like I'm in a boy band.
Can we actually participate in this conversation, or is this just Peleus?
The issue is, I believe the communication ability only works for Peleus.
That makes sense. It's not that... I guess I was thinking in my brain incorrectly that it was like, Peleus is the only one who can understand. But it's probably all the directions.
If I summon Sheba, I think we can all understand.
That is true. You could.
But I'd have to directly summon Sheba.
Don't worry about it. We trust you.
Okay, in that
And we'll look
case...
at Silex and Flink and be like,
I step back. I allow you to take the lead here, but I don't imagine this is going to end well.
People drink water. We have sun.
On that comment, the thoughtful custard pumpkin does a lot of thinking. And then we'll go, people, not bug.
People not bug. People no eat pumpkin.
It is clearly struggling to think through too much.
Tell them we like to kill bugs.
People protect pumpkin from bug.
It will then say, people, difficult.
Yes. Can people get past the gate and find a thing so that people can leave?
The pumpkin will look in and then say, people go and be difficult.
Yeah, I often understand people are difficult. I'm having difficulty right now.
Peleus, I understand that you may struggle with some social cues, but the pumpkin was trying to tell you to go in and be difficult for somebody else.
All right. Yes, we will be difficult. Thank you for your trust in our difficulties.
This went so well.
I have no idea what I was saying at any point.
Me too.
Right, I'm just gonna knock on the door. Hello? Hello, anybody inside?
As you wander around and try to get the attention of people and harass the location, from out of the kind of grounds surrounding the buildings, which are now, as you can see, clearly overgrown with, all kinds of leaf and vegetation and so on. It's practically overtaking the buildings.
You need to get your gardener at some point.
Pulling itself, kind of arranging itself from the ground.
Ooh.
A creature would rise.
We have another moving plant. Hello. Pensive awakened vines.
Oh, it's growing.
It will look at you and stare intensely. It will watch you as you move around the area. It seems to be waiting for you to do something, though.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Is this the spirit?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hey, you Kanuba?
It will let out a gentle sonorous voice and say, "No. Now tell me, why are you here?"
We was told that there was a spiritual problem. So, as an arcanist, I came over to help the spirit through its spiritual problem. Is this not what's happening?
It will look at you quizzically and then say, "I detect no spiritual problems here."
creepy.
It got bigger again.
It got bigger.
Elias.
Yeah.
Does Anto or anyone have anything to say about this?
Nanto will have something to say about this.
Oh.
So, Mr. Pensive Awakened Vines. We're clearly...
Call him Pav.
We clearly are having a different course of situations here. We wish to help deal with the spiritual problem. There is a spiritual problem. That's obviously a spiritual problem. We have pensive spiritual awakened vines growing. This doesn't normally happen. Even in my world.
There are no problems here. Except for you.
Alright. How about this? How about we do a bit of gardening and we take back some of the shrubbery and then maybe you will be a bit more cooperative with us.
You want to trim my vines?
Only the ones which lie. Maybe mow the lawn at the same time.
I'm not lying. The only problem here is you.
Yes, I have a problem. I can't find Yukonubit. Once I find them, I can leave.
Leave here.
Yep.
Now.
I'd love to. If you can just tell me where Yukonuba is, then I would love to leave.
Peleus, this is not going to end well.
Well, after a set by little bastard.
As you are standing there, flank Gawain, you will notice small little vineling elements protruding out of the ground around your feet.
Unsubscribe.
Hey, Gawain. Do you know what's going on here?
Leave here now. Or suffer.
I choose to suffer and leave with Yukonuba.
Before we get the show on the road, let's see if I know anything about this creature.
Certainly. I'm assuming that you have set your index shield to identify plants, given the context of what's going on.
That's +2, right?
That is +2 to the check. So 9, 11. So you don't know specifically what this is.
Okay.
Beyond obviously being like some kind of an awakened and aware plant. I mean, it's 12. It's an 11, which means you get a complete answer with no room for doubt. So
I think typically I was looking for like weaknesses.
Okay, so affinities.
Sense. Yeah,
right.
That's what Gawain typically cares about.
Right. So obviously, plants don't tend to do well versus fire. They do tend to do well versus
poison.
I will disseminate that information to my compatriots.
Just to be clear, I'm giving you 2, but I'm also not telling you exactly what their affinities are. That means it doesn't necessarily apply for every plant you come across. You know, I'm just being clear about that.
Right. That's I having Shaman having read the monster manual and Gawain having essentially read the monster manual, like from a backstory standpoint, like he is that guy. Would know that not all plants are the same.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm just.
I thought it was
I'm trying to
a
make
cool and interesting thing. Yeah.
I'm trying to be clear, so because I don't like it when the players get surprised because of miscommunications, right?
Yeah, like you didn't want me to think that all plants are fire.
Okay, let's get this party on the road. We have these small little pestering vines that are assaulting you from various locations. We have the pensive awakened vines that are equally, cruel and vicious and have demonstrated clear hostility to the party. Silex has been slowly closing on Peleus as the awakened vines have been growing in mass.
Yeah, I'll step behind Silex. You go, buddy.
The negotiations did not shift the initiative. We are, as per standard, the party gets to act first. Because this is not a villain.
Not a villain yet.
Not a villain yet. It could become one. Who knows? So, party, what are your actions?
I think I'm going to immediately summon Nanto.
Very good.
Solid choice.
Sounds like
That's a great idea. AoE bonk these little dudes.
Peleus calls forth Nanto, the fire spirit. This is always a mild discomfort for Silex, given the interactions that they've had previously. But still, the fire has called forth a wreath of temperaments and energy and fire surrounds Peleus, ready to commit violence against the enemies.
Yeah, sorry about this, Silex. I forgot about that for a moment.
It's fine.
The angry pesterer will attempt to assault Flink with its simple constriction attempt.
Oh. Well,
As it attempts to wrap itself around your feet, you deftly step away.
this plant at least looks real to me, so I'm going to take it serious.
Excellent. Excellent. Flink is your action.
Let me think.
I would actually like to go.
Oh, Silex's action then.
I have a new toy that I'd like to play with, if I can. May I provoke the pensive awakened vines?
I don't see any reason why that wouldn't work. Okay, a creature you can see. It's just see.
Yep. And I describe how I taunt them.
He knows
Yep.
he knows rude gestures and for plants.
Just a
So-
scissors sign.
I'm going to pull my shields out of the ground, displacing the vindictive pesterer in the process, and like giving it a gentle toss, and not enough to be like an attack or anything, but you gain skill bonus, so I get +1.
Yep.
Roll check. Nice.
A 4, it fails. How long is it in range for? Is that the scene? Target is
Should be the
enraged.
scene.
Compulsions ends if you fall unconscious or leave the scene. The creature is no longer enraged or they successfully provoked by someone else. So it would have to shed enrage.
Mm-hmm. Now he can only attack me.
Oh, that's powerful.
Excellent. Or more specifically, it must include you in the targets,
Yes.
which is slightly different.
Correct.
That's true.
I cannot
That's
force
lit, though.
single target when they have
Yeah.
AoE, but
It's an important but pertinent point. In which case, it is now the pensive awakened vines who will disgorge a noxious odor amongst the area. Silex, Peleus, and Gawain, you three are the physically closest, and as such, will be targeted by this noxious odor. That is a 9 versus your magical defense.
Yeah! That's a miss.
it's a miss for me.
I have a magical defense of 9.
Then that
That's
is
a
a
hit.
hit. You would normally be inflicted with poison. You protect and intercede on their behalf, meaning that it targets you instead and provides no effective impact.
Thank you.
Let's go. No problem.
Maybe think about buying some shields.
Anyway. Little shits. Gawain, Flink, you're up.
Do you have finger, Wayne?
Yeah. That's probably the best way to go about this.
Yeah.
So step 1. Let me read something. Alright, I think I can do them both together, which is very funny.
Yeah.
So I think
That
we
is.
elemental weapon for fire, and then take our free attack, and when I perform a ranged attack, I can spend 10 MP to make it multi. So I will Alto Barrage on turn 1 to hit both the gloomy and angry pesterer. And then we will actually roll the attack, and it's that much fire damage, physical.
Excellent. 18 to hit hits. 17 fire damage, to which they are vulnerable. And yes, just to confirm, because Barrage says when you perform a ranged attack, not as an action, you can do it that way.
Yeah. It's like, I had to walk myself through that. Like, okay, like, I think this should be legal. Boom!
You burn down with
Wait, you asked me to do the thing.
vicious impacts.
Oh,
Satisfied?
These two
So proud of you.
festers,
Very.
executing them with immediate rapidity.
Nice. Place for me to stand now.
Kicking their ashen pile away.
Which leaves just the vindictive pesterer to act. That will attempt to constrict Peleus with a 6 to hit, missing as it fumbles at your feet. Silex casually kicking it away. Blink, you're up.
The plant is immune to daze and shaken. Can I slow it? I don't think I can slow this plant. No, not reasonably. Guess I'm just going to hide behind this low wall. That's it. Preparing for my action.
Understood. Also, Silex, I am afraid I have just read the plant immunities. It's not just dazed and shaken, it's also enraged.
No.
What?
That's tragic. All right. We've learned something.
We have indeed. I mean, it still took a penalty for that attack, which
It would have done
benefit
exactly
you.
what it did.
Yeah,
So,
it's all good.
My shiny toy will matter later.
It's a good shiny toy. It just you get unlucky. This was the
it's very
this was the
funny.
plot.
Yeah, you got walked into the... That's really funny.
Okay, party. What actions?
I'm going to attack.
I need to go. Hold on. Let me go first so I can refresh
Alright.
protect for you.
All right, okay.
I will actually guard here and guard Peleus.
Thank you.
There we go.
Excellent. The awakened pensive vines will attempt. Oh, good. No, that's good. They will attempt to use corrupting vines on Silex. Okay. Silex.
Okay,
There you
so
go.
just
Its vile corrupting vines assail you, sapping your strength.
Can we get some claps in the chat for like...
I finally got to hit someone. I'm really proud of this. One of my crowning moments. Not only did I hit him with a physical attack, I also forced weak, and they cannot guard while they are weak.
Hog.
dang.
I mean, not really, but also that's pretty cool.
Does that mean it removes guard right now?
I think the way it works, it was the guard action that they cannot take, so the guard stays in play until your
It
next
stays
action.
in play. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because the way I see it is initiative is happening largely concurrently, right?
Hmm.
So you're still guarding. It's just you're now
Yeah.
weak and can't take the action to gain those benefits in the future.
So what I have to imagine is these vines are going to force you into a position where you can't guard yourselves, basically stretching your limbs out to the outside, exposing
No,
your
Flink. Flink. Nope. Nope.
Oh, no. Okay.
Nope. Stop it.
All right. Whose turn is it?
I was surprised
turn,
I
yeah.
was the one that wasn't saying.
Sorry. Sorry, that just
Actually,
completely threw me for a loop. Gawain, Peleus, Flink, who's acting?
Yeah, let Peleus go, I think, actually, because Peleus can multi-bong. And then I don't have to spend mana to do it.
I should be able to pulse.
So I need you to roll me your staff attack.
All right.
I only need the one, and I'll take the first one. So, Peleus, you roll a 5 to hit, which will miss both targets.
Can I spend a Fabula point to try and roll again?
Identity, theme, or origin needs to be the reason.
Oh, right. Identity. No, origin. Theme. Because I have to get this spirit, and this thing is deliberately trying to stop me from getting the spirit, or at least that's what I believe.
Okay, so you're seeing this as part of your journey to save the world involves saving these spirits, which is completely reasonable. I'm here for it. I'm on board. I will allow you to reroll it under that basis.
Okay.
With a 13 to hit. That does appear to hit both of them. So you do 13 physical or fire. I'm presuming you're picking fire because it does twice as much damage.
Yes.
The Vindictive Pesterer is in
That thing
crisis.
is like 3 HP, 4 HP.
The pensive awakened vines seem injured, but not stopped by this. The Vindictive Pesterer will take its action to attempt to constrict Silex. With an 8 to hit, it will miss uselessly. Again.
Poor guy.
Gawain, Flink, you're up.
It's time for me to finish the little guy, but first I'm going to direct the spine, the big one.
Okay, directs the spine, the big one. That is 23 poison damage. Roll 12 to hit, 23 poison damage. However, plants are commonly
resistant to poison. Yeah.
Ah, good.
I mean, to be fair, 11 damage is still really good off
Still
this.
fine. If it didn't take 2 turns. And I'm going
kinda
to
bitter.
attack the little one with my kunai. Well,
I guess, is it all poison damage?
It is all poison damage. Generally, an attack only does one type of damage, because otherwise you get into that weird
Yeah, otherwise you get
D&D
into the
thing.
Yeah. That's what I was about to do.
And that's where I just start arbitrarily banning people.
fair, yeah. That
you
one
only gotta
misses,
tell
right?
me no once.
The 6 is a miss. Are you doing anything about that, or are you just accepting that?
I don't think I really have a reason to do anything about this. I'm not afraid
Valid.
of these plants
Valid.
for once in my life.
Gawain,
Man,
what's your
that
action?
lawn beforehand.
Yeah, it's my
Ooh.
turn because they don't have another turn. Alright, I'm just gonna shoot the big one. I'm gonna re-roll that.
An 8 misses, a 9 misses.
I'm gonna re-roll that again.
There's no. You can spend as many Fabula points as it takes. You just can't reroll a fumble. A 10.
Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does hit. You have
We're
sequential.
boundary
You've just
seeking.
He did it.
You have just added 1 to every single roll each until you hit. And you know what? I do kind of respect that.
Yeah, like, you know, it's for science, obviously.
I guess you could have just added 2 if you got a bond of 2. Oh, not a bond.
I do have one, but it's true. I have 1 bond of 2.
The fiery shots ring out. The pensive awakened vines are injured. The scorch marks and burning marks, and it's clearly unhappy with its existence.
So are we. So.
I just
Okay,
want to
we
level up, that's all I'm saying.
A new turn of combat occurs, and you realize that there were those pumpkins that were sat watching the door.
Oh.
And you have just started fighting the thing that was presumably ordering them around. As what spills
That's fine.
forth
They're not real.
Exactly.
from
Finally
the
someone gets it.
entryway
Oh
are
God.
several
Okay, never mind.
pumpkins which Peleus hears saying, bugs, 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 humans. Sorry, bugs, bugs, people, bugs, bugs, people.
No! Stupid vine!
It's your guys' turn. Who acts?
I will be going last.
I
I'm gonna
will,
keep this up as long as I can.
I will go first and I will do my pulse. So I think that's just
Excellent.
my attack roll. If I can do that on 2.
Oh,
Which 2 are you
nice.
targeting?
I am going to continue to target the awakened pensive vine, and I will target the pesterer hopeful cursed pumpkin.
Those are 2 different things.
This creature and this creature.
Hopeful cursed pumpkin.
Okay, you're targeting this and this. These 2.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so your fiery blow does a disgusting, horrifying impact into the pensive awakened vines, targeting this vulnerable weak spot. However, it only does 7 damage
What?
to the cursed pumpkin.
To the pumpkin.
they've already got some fire enough. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
They have some fire resistance.
They are also not real. You can literally just ignore them.
Also, you've gained an opportunity which you can spend to either adjust bonds or add bonuses or similar.
I
Keeps
will
critting. I'm jealous.
adjust my bond with Gawain. I've been needing to do that for some time.
Under what basis are you doing so? How does this action cause you to feel supported or improve your bond with Gawain?
Because I did a thing and I felt like I learned a thing, and we've known each other for a long time.
You feel like you've learned.
I told you that it was weak to fire, and you were like, I know how to do that. You're like, I got this. Yeah.
Okay.
I get
I'm
you.
gonna gain a loyalty bond.
Okay, I can see that.
I just feel like if I was going to gain a second bond with another one of the players, it'd have to be Gawain first.
Yeah, certainly. Okay, so Peleus has struck forwards. It is now the hopeful cursed pumpkin, having been struck with fire, will attempt to disgorge its rotten teeth on Silex.
You.
With an 8 to hit, it misses.
It attempted.
It did. It tried. Gawain, Silex, Flink. I assume it's either Gawain or Flink acting next.
Yes.
Yeah, Flink, why don't you go first? Because I don't want to attack the pumpkins. Like, ideally, we shouldn't send me up against the pumpkins right now.
Yeah,
I'll do half
I agree.
damage.
They are not real. Don't attack them. It's fine.
Okay.
The little one is still alive. Okay, let me try to kill the little one, the little pestera, with my Direx's spine.
A 9 is a hit. It does take half damage, but that nonetheless kills the small pestera, as your poison, though subdued, nonetheless devours what's left of its motive force.
Very good. So we got only one enemy left, and we're going to focus all our efforts to that one enemy.
That's
with this
how that
kunai.
works. With this kunai. A 10 to hit does 4 physical damage.
Fantastic. I'm done.
Incredible. The Pensive Awakened Vines are going to target Gawain. Launching out from beneath its undulating body, it springs forth stinging barbs, launching through the air and attempting to impale you.
That does hit.
No, it doesn't. I may not be able to guard, but I can protect.
It's true. You can't take the guard. You can take the protect action.
Just catch those on the way over. Don't mind me.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Okay. So Flink acted. Go in.
I'm just going to shoot the only enemy that's left, according to my bestie over here. Pew pew! Take 32.
I hate you so much.
No, you don't. If
No,
I wasn't
I
here,
don't.
you'd be bored.
I mean, I'd probably no. I was gonna say I'd be doing more damage to the party, but that's a fucking lie. Silex is stopping that.
Yeah. Don't blame me for what Silex is doing here. Just because I enable the Gawain and Flink destroy everything while Silex protects Peleus' plan, don't be mad at me for other people's roles in that.
The Pensive Awakened Vines discorporeate. Where once there was clearly a motive creature, as the fires burn away, it writhes, whimpering almost sadly as you see some kind of energy escape from it. The remnants of magic or spiritual force, as it slowly withers and then finally decays into the ground, releasing whatever was bound up in it into the Aether.
Oh, did it have that spirit?
Potentially, you're slightly focused on the current pumpkins trying to kill you, but after you're done with them, maybe you find out.
All right.
What? We are done.
Yeah, we're done.
You can just leave now.
In that case, I don't know. Who's next in line for turn? Right.
Flink.
Thoughtful.
The hallucination is gnawing at your leg.
It hits.
Unfortunately, I cannot protect you.
I mean, you don't need to attack me. It's not real.
Oh, good.
Well,
That's fine.
Don't
worry about it.
Something bit me.
Silex, you want to...
Yeah, so I lose guard here. I'm assuming I keep weak forever.
Yeah, until some kind of action is... actually, I think specifically it's till the end of the scene from that one.
Yeah. So...
You could obviously use a remedy or...
This weak half might?
It's down one step.
Down one step on might?
Yeah, down one step, so it's 8.
I mean, yeah, it's not like, oh no, you're only a D8.
Weak is really bad for me. I mean, it is, but like... And can't guard.
A lot of us be rolling D8 plus D8 out here for relative things. It's not like you're crying poverty when you're now like middle, like you're perfectly average.
All right, I will go and I will hit the thoughtful cursed pumpkin.
D8 plus D8 is what Peleus rolls for everything.
Excellent. A 9 hits for 14 physical damage as you pummel into the thoughtful cursed pumpkin.
Not that weak.
That's what I'm saying.
The unsure cursed pumpkin will roll up to you, kind of side rolling across, and as it's thundering across the ground, it will attempt to gnaw into your leg. With 10 to hit, which misses. Good. Nice. Love it. It's the party's actions again.
All right.
I would like to go first so
Okay.
I can get protect back. I'm going to continue pummeling the thoughtful cursed pumpkin. Finish what I started.
Oh no, I'm so weak. It's penalty to my might. Oh, still rolling 14 with 16 physical damage. What the fuck is this?
He punches with the force of a gun.
He punches with the force of a gun. He absolutely pummels the poor thing. You are knocking the brain cell. Like, this was the most intelligent pumpkin that you'd come across, and you are knocking the brain cells right out of it. I mean, the brain cells are dispersed in a kind of a rotten goo of, like, brain and possibly internal organs, but you are nonetheless pummeling them right out of there. The thoughtful cursed pumpkin will turn around and attempt to resolve the vicious assaults that you are committing against it, and will roll and bound and attempt to jump up into you and roll a 16. What?
Let's go. I mean,
wow.
Well, there they go. They did it.
I get excited for enemies when they hit Silex, I'll be honest.
A decisive impact of this vile ichor, no doubt made because your pummeling has just exposed so much of it that there's so much open area to poison you with now. Gawain, Peleus, Flink, you're up.
I'm going to dismiss Nanto. Because I've never done this before. It's not quite so impressive against these enemies.
Oh, it's not bad.
Still, I mean, I don't know, 10 damage, like 30 damage for free is pretty good.
I think Nanto might have a special feature that I may have forgotten earlier.
Oh, you know what? I think, I remember something like... I'm scrolling up now, too, that you say that. I don't know why, when I can just open up the character sheet.
You have resistance to fire damage, and your fire damage ignores resistances. Okay, so yeah, everyone on here will take 20 damage.
Sweet.
And that pumpkin should take another 7. From earlier.
Peleus dismisses Nanto, letting out a wave of fire. And Silex, as you see this wave of fire, you perceived this even in the nightmares you've had before. But instead of it running through your body, it parts like the sea around you, and in fact parts like a sea around each of the allies of Peleus, thundering and burning the pumpkins. The thoughtful cursed pumpkin is reduced to scorched ashes despite its defenses. The unsure and hopeful pumpkin, nonetheless, are still existent and functional. Silex acted, Peleus acted. That one's dead, which means, hey, it's the hopeful cursed pumpkin and the unsure cursed pumpkin that are able to act now. The hopeful cursed pumpkin, being the most injured, I think will attempt to puke on Gawain.
Ugh.
Trundle and bounce its way up across the scene and attempt to disgorge vile pumpkin puke on Gawain.
Hot.
Which has no. I need to roll a check that goes against your defense. It's because I didn't do the thing properly earlier.
Magic number is 11. There it is.
It hits it. Okay, you are now not vulnerable.
Just kidding.
He's fine.
I knew it was coming.
You just gotta say, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. If only there were someone to help me.
So like this earth wall just shunts up in front of this vile array of puke, knocking it out the way.
I think it's actually pretty cool because it creates consistency in fights against low-level enemies. Similar to Fabula points in general. But, like, against, like, boss enemies, yeah, it's powerful, but, like, they have so much AoE and, like, other things available to them.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I don't mind it. Like, this is GM me complaining because
For sure,
it's entertaining.
Yeah, I'm more thinking about, like, as we keep watching, I'm like, this is really cool, but also, like, pretty well-balanced, I think, actually, in the context of the game.
Okay, Gawain Flink, you're up.
Crossfire is the real OP bullshit. That was awesome. I'm going to dispel my elemental weapon and just shoot the crisis one with normal bullet.
Okay, but yes, you are able to shoot the, I believe it was Hopeful.
The hopeful one, yeah.
Excellent. Impacting a 15 hits, 18 damage. You impact heavily as you shoot the hopeful cursed pumpkin. The unsure cursed pumpkin will attempt to mouth Peleus since it's right next to it.
Yeah.
With a 13 to hit.
Ah.
Look, if we roll enough, some of them are going to hit eventually.
Yeah, this is true.
Flink, it's your action.
All right, I'm going to stand behind Gawain, tug at his legs, and be like, Gawain, it hurt me. How can an illusion hurt me? Oh, God. So only one. Okay.
Also, Flink, I believe you regained some HP as well?
I get 2 now, right? Yeah.
I got no bloody idea. It's your character sheet.
Soul level times highest bond. Let's go. It's 2.
Yeah.
Look at that. Sustain. Nobody will kill Flink.
Yeah. You need better friends so you can heal better.
Is this in Fury?
That is in Fury, yeah.
Withstand in Fury, I think, yeah. Okay, party's actions.
I will go first, and I will attack the hopeful cursed pumpkin. Now, may I invoke my theme to miss?
Yes.
Am I allowed to do that, or is it just, like, status checks?
I think you can willfully fail any roll.
Okay. I would have failed the protect earlier, but it's not a roll, so I don't think I can fail
but you
it.
need to explain why. Like, give me a reason why this would earn you the Fabula point that I think you're after.
So, with Nanto's dispelling and the fire wave passing over me, it didn't hurt me physically. But I'm not in a great state of mind at the moment, and am struggling to act normally, let alone attack this thing.
Certainly. Okay. No, that makes sense. So you roll a 13 to hit, but you elect to fail the roll and earn a Fabula point on the basis that your character is uncomfortable, they're kind of scared, nervous, they've got some stuff going on in their head, distracted.
Yep.
Okay. So the rest of you see this. Silex goes in for the swing, but there's that element of hesitation as Silex sees the hopeful cast pumpkin's flame inside, and almost a reflexive withdrawal from that fire. The hopeful cast pumpkin will attempt to immediately seize upon this opportunity and assail you the moment you hesitate with a 13 to hit, which does miss you. Gawain, Peleus, Flink, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to stand close to the front of you and hit the hopeful cursed pumpkin.
Oh, so you're trying to stand in front of Silex?
Yeah. I feel like this is my fault.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stab it with my staff. Miss.
So Peleus attempts to intercede on this. With an 8 to hit, that is indeed a miss on the hopeful cast pumpkin. However, it is definitely more distracted by you than Silex right now, given you're the current assailer. The onshore cast pumpkin, having seen Gawain and Flink moving away, will assault.
Bring it.
I think Flink's had enough. Flink's had. I'm trying to estimate who's had the amount of attacks, so I'm balancing the amount of attacks everyone takes out roughly frequently.
Well, I'm talking my shit. I bring it.
Fair enough.
I thought you were just rolling dice to the side. Who's getting attacked?
I tried to just select randomly, but obviously that has an inherent human bias to it, so I try and make sure that I don't over commit on any given person.
Also, Flink is still not convinced, so he doesn't mind.
A 9 to assault Gawain from the onshore cursed pumpkin, who had difficulty selecting its target, causing it to not fully commit to attacking either target, making it easy for Gawain and Flink collectively to evade the assault.
All while I'm holding his leg.
Gawain, Flink, it's your actions.
I'll shoot the hopeful one again.
You shoot the hopeful pumpkin with a 12. You hit, delivering 13 physical damage, clumping it into what would be rotten mashed potato if it was potato. But it's instead mashed pumpkin
instead.
I don't know why I started with rotten mashed pumpkin. I could have just gone there in the first place. But no, I'm rotten mashed potato.
It's like a pumpkin that's been sitting out on your front porch too long.
Yeah, exactly. Flink. It's your action.
Alright. Seeing this pumpkin follow us. Trying to hit it. I'm sure it can't hit it because it's not real, but I did this with the last one, so take this. Oh god.
A 7 will not hit the onshore cursed pumpkin.
That's what I was saying. It can't hit.
Yeah, it's not actually real. You can't hit it.
Regardless, I'm throwing my kunai as well.
A 12 does hit, causing 4 physical damage.
Which leaves Flink just confused. Why did the one hit, the other one didn't? What is happening here? Are these illusions? Are they not?
Obviously, it's immune to poison. The party can act. I imagine you're going to execute this poor thing this turn.
We'll go first. I'll start the party.
With 15 to hit, 15 damage is delivered to the onshore cursed pumpkin, shooting it through, bringing it one step closer to the shredded mess of death. But it holds together barely. The onshore cursed pumpkin will assault Flink. Roll a 17 to hit.
Wow. That's insane.
Its last gasps of aggression as it disgorges everything it can to assault Flink. And then
I can't
the
stop
attack
it,
is redirected against Silex instead, who dives in the way despite everything.
Get down, Mr. President!
Despite his concerns and fears, he still manages to intercede at the last moment.
I can still do one thing right. I can put myself in the way.
Damn, Silex is reaching that point where, he's gonna have in theory, stuff that's when you're in crisis, blah, blah, blah. It's he's in crisis at, a very normal HP value. Fuck.
Yeah, Silex is in crisis at the point where most people get out of bed.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the party's actions. Peleus, Silex, Flink, what are you doing?
Alright, I'm gonna jump up and stab it with my stabby stick.
Excellent. Peleus Using this brief intercession from Silex, attempts to leap over hot and smash into the cursed pumpkin, heavily striking it. And turning it into so much mashed potato with the orange color.
Good job, guys.
The combat ends. You have succeeded.
That's a weird fight. I don't understand what's going on.
I do.
Yeah, what is wrong with these pumpkins? I'll try to touch them.
As you touch them, they are squishy and soft to the touch.
I think they're a bit rotten.
Slightly slimy.
Yeah, I don't think you can eat these pumpkins.
So Peleus.
I'm gonna go to that area that vine was, and I'm gonna feel out with my hands as though I'm physically trying to feel for the spirits. Going, you canuba! Me boy!
As you try to do this, you kind of realize that the energy of the spirit was clearly wrapped up in the awakened vines, as you, I imagine, suspected.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of suffused into the land itself throughout all the vines and similar. You don't feel bad that it is in this situation. Like, your intuitive kind of brain says, hey, this isn't a bad way for it to be right now. However, Peleus, you don't think it is, I guess, reconstituted enough to make any kind of pacts right now.
Well, in that case, I don't think the Dr. Carway should be able to pull it from its current position either. So
it would most certainly be safe from Dr. Carway right now.
Yeah, I think we're good here. Like, guys,
We can come back.
the spirit is gone. Well, it's not gone forever gone, but, you know, it's gone for, like, a very long time gone. And I don't think Carway will be able to do anything with it.
Well, why don't we finish our mission and then maybe come back?
Come back and see if things have improved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get back to the cart and carry the coil.
Finish our delivery.
Yes.
That seems perfectly reasonable. Will you go to Grandford and inform the person as well, or will you just leave?
I feel like that person would kind of get to know.
Okay, so you're just going to head on.
Probably just head on, and they'll check back in and see if it's safe, or we'll meet back up with them when we go back north. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So the party, having dealt with this problem, will head onwards, apparently not even checking the fields in case there was something that, you know, like valuable leaves that they could loot. But, you know, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm assuming that all leaves have equal value.
Yeah, all leaves have equal value, 100%.
Well, the medicinal fields are for manufacturing of
like, so you're not going to loot them because you're good guys.
Yeah.
That's why you ignored them, not because you forgot about them.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to take them.
Link was so disgusted he forgot.
So you travel onwards from Grandford. As you approach the southern coast, you get into a comfortable stride with the arc coil. It is an easy pace that you keep. Now that you've kind of, you know, it took a little while to kind of get to the point where you're in that comfortable pace, but now you're like, yeah, no, this is the pace that we need to travel at, so we're well rested by the time we get to the end of the day and, you know, not too exhausted. It's almost comfortable. And you feel that you've done some good work here. I mean, yeah, you know, you had to deal with Buscus' estate, and also that you had to deal with this spirit thing with the awakened vines, which, you know, you haven't informed anyone of, so they'll get to it when they get to it. But hey, most likely it'll be to the benefit of Grandford and for whatever their endeavors are in the future. And you feel like you've just, you know, you've done your job as an arcanist.
Yes.
You make your way down, heading in the direction of Kumu Honua, and your journey winds on as we take a moment to see somewhere else. And the camera pans out, going dark, looking to some other space. And we see a waterway spilling with ash from the sky dead bodies are littered in the water. One still stands.
Everyone gain a Fabula point.
Everyone does gain a
First
Fabula
of all,
point.
we unsubscribe from this thing.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
This is worse
Yeah,
than
but-
before.
It's like Kawaii and Nyx have combined into one super being that I'm terrified of.
It's lacking all the cuteness, though.
Dr. Kawei will declare to the guards standing here as he looks around, the last one remaining. The defeated guard will drop his spear, fall to his knees, and Dr. Kawei will declare, "You know, this would have been so much easier if you'd simply given me what I wanted." As he crushes the guard underfoot.
No.
And that's where we're going to call session.
Fantastic.
Okay, do you guys have fun?
Absolutely.
Yes.
This was
Yeah,
lovely.
it's a nice journey. I like
I've
that.
been really waiting for an opportunity to fumble something because of the theme.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it. That was a new experience for me as a GM. I like the mechanic, right? I think it's a good mechanic. I'm never sure entirely how to include it in, the energy of having to deal with everything as a GM. It's a thing. But yeah, no, I think this went okay. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I love this scene right here. I hope I managed to get the level of emotiveness out
I
of
like
it.
the
It's
snow.
so good.
Looks great.
This is so good. This is so perfect. I'm trying to figure out where it is based on the buildings, and I'm not sure.
I deliberately tried to obscure as much as possible. I wanted you guys to be concerned, and I wanted to create that energy of, knowing that something else is happening in the world.
Okay, I'm gonna dunk on Kawhi. I'm not worried about him. You running away from me, bitch? Come find out.
I mean, last time we got our hands on him, we did separate his head from his body.
It's true. You did a lot of work to separate his head from his body. And now he's chosen a new form, which you might struggle to do that with.
Yeah.
I'll find a
You
way.
won't beat me in my new form.
Come say that to my face.
But okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to raid out to somebody. Let's find out who we're raiding out to today. Who's online? Cabs is online. Normally I raid into Dupu after this. And you know what? Just so I don't have to think today, because I am a little bit cooked. That's who we're doing. Dupu's good people, ladies and gentlemen. We are raiding out to who is Dupu. He's currently playing the Grand Poo World, which good. Don't know what that is. We're raiding out. I love you all. Bye bye. I love you all. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.